hardest thing about racing an Ironman and an Ironman 70.3 is executing your best performance on the day. And essentially it comes down to four main things. So the first point is that your training has been done appropriately and consistently for your event. So whether you're training for an Ironman or a 70.3, that number one, the appropriate training has to be done for that event, and it needs to be consistent over a long period of time. Secondly, then, when it comes to race day, in order to get the most out of yourself, you have to have an appropriate pacing strategy for your race. So pacing strategy or pacing plan for swim, bike and run, in order to get the most out of your potential for each of those disciplines without taking away from another one. So for example, being able to execute the bike to the best of your ability so that you can get your best bike performance without taking away from your run performance. If you don't pace it appropriately and say you bike too hard, then your run performance is going to be affected. And it's probably one of the most common things we see, and it takes practice, but it takes discipline and confidence to be able to do it. Thirdly, your fueling and hydration strategy. This is just as important as your pacing plan. If you don't fuel appropriately on race day, you're going to underperform. So poor fueling strategy or poor hydration strategy will lead to a poor performance, almost guaranteed. And again, one of the most underestimated important things to focus on is how you fuel and how you hydrate on race day. It has to be tried and tested. So this is what you can do in training, in your lead up to your race day, that you practice your fueling strategy, because everyone is going to be different in terms of how much they can take, say grams per hour, what products they take that they enjoy taking and that they actually agree with them, that they can perform without any issues, and then also hydration, so fluid intake, and then salts and electrolytes. So again, how much you need to take on per hour. All this needs to be tried and tested in training so that when you go into race day, you have your strategy nailed down, you have your plan nailed down, that you've practiced and that you're confident in will work for you to give yourself the best chance of having your best race on the day. The fourth thing I'd put out there is the mindset. So going into race day with the right mindset. And what does that mean? It means that you need to have the mindset that you're focusing on your race, you're focusing on yourself on the day, not getting carried away with anyone else is doing, because you don't know what their plan is, you don't know what training they've done or what shape they're in. All you can focus on is the controllables. So focus on you executing your best race on the day and having the confidence in yourself that you've done the training, you've prepared for the race, and now you back yourself on race day, that you're ready for what the race will bring and that you're confident in your ability to perform on the day. Mindset is just as important as the physical component of racing. And racing is there to be enjoyed. Yes, we're racing hard and a lot of us are very competitive in triathlon, but at the end of the day, we do it for fun as well and enjoyment. So making sure that you can get the most out of yourself with the right frame of mind and to get your best performance on the day. So your training, pacing strategy on the day, fueling and hydration strategy, and mindset, they are the keys to executing your best performance in an Ironman or a 70.3.